This conference will now be recorded.
So we have few folks, and just to welcome you everyone to the demonstration. Okay, and as I have mentioned in the email, some of you are maybe completely new to this program. Some of you have some, like Ashwarya and some folks, they have some exposure, but not everybody has exposure to this program.
Which one?
Hello.
Charles de Gaulle's Paris, France, for around 8 hours layover. It's coming
Hey,
back.
can you be on mute? Somebody.
Agreeing for that flight.
Okay. So
Give me a minute. Have a.
So this program is about full stack AWS cloud engineer role, right? The enablement program. The company that we myself and Vijay, we both kind of co-founders. We have another founder who is not present in this call today. But let me just introduce to our website that we have. You can see my screen here, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our cloud, I would say, services company, which is called KPO Partners. Our original parent company is Predactica, which is primarily a product-based AI/ML company, where we have few AI/ML products like end-to-end, data science pipeline build, product. There is something called responsible AI product that we are bringing to the market even in next few weeks. So this is how we started almost 4 or 5 years back as a product company in the AI/ML space. This is all cloud-based product. Then last few years we have kind of expanded to consulting and services area because of our expertise in these technologies. And currently we have close to 35 consultants who are working in different, I would say, AWS and big data, those technologies. Okay, with various of our clients. Okay, various of our clients. So I will not go too much detail into what we do and all that. I'll go straight to the substance. What essentially this program is, right? Unlike other company, I don't want to compare, but what this is an enablement as well as placement company or placement program. What we do, like within next 6 to 8 weeks, right? We prepare you in cloud specific technologies. Again, cloud has many different services and many different, I would say, technology stack that we don't want to get you into, but the things that you need to get to the market and be placed successfully, that is where we focus. Okay, the one of the key differentiator I would say is we exactly know what the market needs and we exactly know how to prepare you to be successful to in getting a job, and even after you get the job, how to support you at least for the next 6 to 1 year, right? One thing I would be proud to say that in the last batch itself, we were able to place 4 people. We are the fifth person will be placed very soon. Even even right before the the batch ended, we were able to place them. This is because, right, we have a very methodical approach, right? How we prepare the students and how we prepare the students for the job market. So those are two things. How we train it, and we make you ready for the interview that is lined up right before you before you finish your training. So for example, we are getting started this Saturday, right? I'll go through the details of the timeline. And people, those are I know most of you have are joining here to either for a career change. I think most of you are either for a career change or for even new job itself, right? Maybe you have some IT background earlier in the past and now you want to get back to the IT, and cloud is the perfect technology to get into it, right? So anyway, just want to give that background. and I'll quickly go over the curriculum, right? I will not go over too much about the company overview, because that we kind of talked about the two, very briefly. We are a product company which started with, then we have the services, as you see here, right? We have close to 35. This has moved to 35, used to be 30, but anyway. And we are growing very fast. Okay, we are going very fast. The reason being, right? Myself, Vijay, and we have two other folks who are based out of India. Though we are technology people. We are technology people, and we are expanding beyond AWS and big data to Snowflake and Databricks. There are few couple of other technologies which are hot in the market. We are also expanding into that area. In fact, in the last batch, we couple of folks, we prepared them just 2 weeks. So with the training what you have here, on top of that, we just prepared them for just 1 to 2 weeks, and we are able to place them, because the foundation that you will get with this technology or with this training, you could be very quickly, you could be positioned for other jobs as well. Because what you are learning here, I'll go to the curriculum very quickly, right? I'll go to the curriculum very quickly. Right, so the things that you learn here, right, those are kind of, I would say, right, the core competencies that you need for any cloud, big data, those kind of jobs, pretty much any cloud. Okay, for example, you learn AWS here. Now somebody needs, hey, I need Databricks on Azure. It will max take 1 to 2 weeks to make you ready, because you pretty much learn the basic, cloud technology and the data engineering in this course. Okay, very easy for you to fit into any cloud environment, very easy to fit into any data warehouse environment. So that's the reason we have been able to flexibly put people based on their skill set. For example, you can, hey, I'm a Microsoft core competencies guy. Okay, great, take this course, right? Then get some Azure specific training and get ready for that, right? So again, so we have that flexibility, so that makes it easier, right, to, I won't say tweak the market, but tweak your skill set to fit the market. Okay, so that's something very I would say, I want to highlight that point. Okay, about the training itself, of course, it's in-person classroom training. Of course, right, it will be online training because of the COVID thing going on, right? Otherwise, we used to have classroom training in person. But again, it will be instructor-led training, and it will be online. We build a strong foundation in AWS. We go over the AWS platform, DevOps, data lake, insights into the big data. There are some of the detailed technology talks about here. Labs to address real production scenarios. We are not just training you pure concepts. We do make sure each and every class is associated with the lab. You are doing hands-on lab, so that you are doing the real life, solving the real life problems. Okay, whether it's data engineering or platform engineering, right? I want to create a virtual machine called EC2 instance. How do I do it, right? I want to build a data pipeline which will take the data from somewhere, push it to cloud, do some transformation, make it ready for reporting, right? So these are some of the things. I'm just giving example. So these are the things you'll be doing hands-on in the class. And every session is recorded. Video recordings will be available to you, which and along with that you will have class material, and the content material will be available to you as well. Okay. So these are some of the key points. Just want to talk about, about in terms of program overview. Any questions, you can stop me anytime. Okay. Coming to the curriculum, let's before get to the curriculum, who are the instructors? So we are 4 of us. Myself, Vijay, we are in the call. Okay, and we have 2 other experienced instructors, Shubham and Padma. Okay, these are 2 experts who will be in their specific domain. For example, Shubham is the expert in the platform engineering and DevOps. Padma Kumar is the expert, or he is the main instructor on the AWS data engineering side. I myself cover most of the big data side of it. Okay, and Vijay and myself, we focus on the overall and training curriculum, as well as as well as interview preparation. We'll go over that timeline in a bit. But we 4 of us, we combinedly, right, work with you for the next 6 to 8 weeks, right, to make you ready for the job market. In fact, if you are really like after 3-4 weeks, we'll know who are the ones who are ready to jump to the placement side of it, and we work with you in parallel. That's exactly what we did last batch. Right after 4 weeks, we said, hey, who are the ones who are ready to get to jump? We worked with them in parallel. Okay, and by the time the second 4 weeks are done, they are pretty much, they have job in their hand. Okay, so this is the approach, works out pretty well, and we have been very successful. I think we can just repeat it. We can repeat it again and again. So that we are very confident of. Okay. Now coming to the course curriculum, right? As I said, it's the AWS full stack enablement program. What do you mean by full stack? So what we prepare you, right, through these next 6 to 8 weeks, right? Many of you probably don't have any background in AWS, so probably, of course, you need to be introduced with the cloud technology. That's where we talk about a lot of the different components, technology components of AWS, things like storage, things like networking, basic things, right? Things like database, right? Even there is big data, right? So there are several foundational components within the AWS cloud that we cover in the first 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Once you know that, once you and very hands-on with each one of those components, then we go over the data engineering part, right, where you build data pipeline, right, to probably for reporting application, right. So that is the crux of the, I would say, problem being solved in the industry at this point, which how to ingest the data, how to prepare it, how to make it available for the business community. That's the 90% of the work happens in the IT industry, and that's exactly what we'll prepare in the second half of the program. Okay. Third, AWS DevOps. If you know, right, whichever IT technology you are working
Give
on.
me a hot water.
Okay, somebody please be mute. Okay, hopefully you are mute. Okay. So DevOps typical development and deployment lifecycle is very critical, not just for job, but even for the interview. You can be very good at platform engineering, data engineering. If you cannot answer questions on the DevOps side, they will know that you haven't done anything. Okay. So we cover all the 3 aspects so that you are fully covered in terms of interview and eventually your job, right? How to perform in the job. Okay. So this is why we call it full stack enablement. But at the end, you may not be expert in every area. You don't need to be. Okay, you don't need to be. Most of our focus is we make you good at the data engineering part with a strong foundation of the platform and with some knowledge of DevOps. Again, you don't need to be expert in DevOps. You don't need to be expert in platform engineering, but where we'll make you strong is the data engineering part, because this is where the most of the jobs are. Okay, but they will not take you unless you have some understanding of the platform engineering and some understanding of DevOps. So that's why these 2 things needs to be you need to be prepared on those two things as well. Okay, so that's the reason we call it full stack. We preparing for the whole full stack program. Okay, now details are there. I don't want to go into all the details what all technology will run, but very quickly things like, as you see here, introduction to cloud computing. You start with as if you don't know anything about cloud. Okay, maybe you are coming from IT background, something you have done, somebody has done some SQL, somebody has some Java, somebody has some background, right? So we'll start with a very basic introduction to cloud computing. What is cloud? What are the different types of cloud, right? As you see here, right? What are the different services available? There are hundreds of services available, but we are not going into every detail, every one of them. We'll focus on the ones which are important for you to get a job. We all understand you are here to get a job. That we understand very well, and in fact that is our goal too, to tell you, okay, we are not here just to teach you something and you go away. Our success criteria is if we can place you through our company. Okay, that is our goal and that is your goal. So that's when our goals match, right? Okay. Then we'll go through the things, right, as you see here, EC2 instances, elastic blocks. So I don't need to know all that stuff. Your VPC, ELB, CloudWatch, right? These are the different cloud services you will be going through. Okay, don't worry about what are those names and all that at this point, but these are some of the components we'll be covering. and DevOps lifecycle, as you see on the right side, things like Jenkins, Git, and all that stuff. How to deploy, how to develop. Okay. So these are all, as you see here, these are the different cloud platform engineering components we'll cover. Then the next part, by the way, these three things we'll cover in 2 weeks, by the way. Okay, we'll look at the timeline. Okay, here now comes the data engineering part. So in the data engineering part, based on your understanding of the cloud platform, we'll talk about how to what do you call the whole concept of Python, right? The language. You need a strong language background, at least Python. Okay, if you don't know, you can pick it up. It's very quickly. I teach Python. I can teach you Python in 3 hours. By the way, 3 hours you will be, you will be okay to do programming. Okay, so we cover Python. If you have already done Python, that's great. Otherwise, it's not a difficult language. If you have done any programming in the past, anything, you can pick it up very quickly. Okay, then we cover Hadoop. Hadoop not in the full length, but as you know, Hadoop, if any of you have done Hadoop or big data, right, has several components. Like we'll focus on the ones which you need. We will focus on the ones which you need for getting a job in AWS. Things like Spark. Okay. Spark is one of the main components we'll cover. That is the crux of the thing we'll cover, and little bit of Hive, which is a database. And the rest are all kind of building pipeline. But if you ask me what are we learning in Hadoop, 2 things: Hive and Spark. Those 2 things. There are many other things we'll just skip them. You will know the ones which will help you to get a job. That's simple. And we'll do some other, as you say, AWS projects. These are some of the other things like S3, Lambda, Glue, Redshift, DynamoDB, Athena. Right there, you can see there's a lot of names. Don't worry about that. But this all is all what we are doing here, using these tools to create a data pipeline. What is data pipeline? To create a data transformation or data ETL. If you know any of you extract, transform, load, right? ETL pipeline or ETL process flow. Think of that way. Okay. And if you want to go ahead and do certification with this knowledge, you can definitely go and get certified. In our experience, certification is not a requirement to get a job. In fact, all of the candidates who got job last batch, none of them have a certification. Okay, none of them have certification. But looking at the demand in the market and the way we prepare you, you will sound professional or matured when you go to the interview. That we can guarantee based on your appetite to learn, your sincerity to learn. Okay, we'll talk about that preparation part in a minute. So anyway, so we talked about the platform engineering, we talked about data engineering, and let me talk about very quickly the schedule. Typically 6 weeks we put you for for the training. Okay, 6 weeks. How is it spread out? First 2 weeks we cover the platform engineering essentials. Okay, this is more of the foundation of the AWS. Things like I talked about storage, networking, basic database component, all that stuff, right? We'll cover that in 2 weeks. Then next 2 weeks we'll cover some Python and Hadoop and data engineering. Okay, and the third one is project. Okay, project another 2 weeks. So essentially 6 weeks we require or we'll engage you very intensively. Okay, and we'll talk about how the timings are, so that we are not stretching it for months and all, right? You need to focus, right? 4 to 6 weeks, and do the stuff that is covered in the class and all that. If you do that, we can guarantee, right? We can guarantee. And if you are really focused on getting a job, this sequence might change a little bit based on our last batch experience. So for example, in the middle of the course, there are out of, let's say 8 folks are there in the class. There 4 folks are eligible to get the job, let's see, right? Or get to the market, or there are 4 of them are ready to take up the job, right? We'll take them and make you ready for the interview preparation in parallel to your work. Yes, there is some extra additional work, but you will, if you are really focused, we'll make it ready. That's how it has worked in the past. And it will definitely work next time as well. What we want, what we need from you is your what you call commitment to help yourself so that we can help you. Okay, so that's the goal. And again, you can say here it's a marketing and placement 4 to 6 weeks. It doesn't have to be additional 4 to 6 weeks. If you are really the way we are doing right now, within 8 to 8 weeks, you could even have a job in your hand. You could, 8 to 9 weeks, you could pretty much have a job in your hand if you go through the things we'll tell you to do. Okay. So what does it take for the interview preparation? This is key. See, anybody can do training. There are many, you can go and search for training. There are hundreds and thousands of training institutes are there. But what is different? What is so different that we can be so successful? The reason is our experience. Right? I didn't go over the experience, but here look at our experience. So myself and Vijay, right? We have been here 25 plus years in US, and we have tons of experience in this area. Not just as a developer, we as architect, as any technology you talk about. Pretty much both of us we have worked. Okay, your database, cloud, AI, ML, cloud, any type of cloud, we have all worked. And both of us, we have kind of probably interviewed hundreds of candidates in the in last 5 to 6 years. Okay, this week inside itself, I've already 3 people I've interviewed. Okay, almost so right. So we know exactly where the technology is in this marketplace. What do the clients need in terms of skill set? We have full clarity on that. What do they ask even? What questions they will ask? Which areas they will focus, right? And so that's what we'll teach you. Okay. So typically the placement thing or the preparation is typically 4 to 6 sessions. It can go even more. Each one is 1 hour. Okay. We'll start with, for example, interview, your personal overview. How do you talk about yourself, your experience, your all that stuff? Second thing, how do you talk about your last project? Because this is typically anybody will ask you, hey, tell me about yourself. Tell me your last project. Okay, tell me what is the day-to-day job looks like. Then there will be some technology questions. What are your challenges? How did you do it? And operational stuff like DevOps. These are common things everybody asks you, right? If we focus those areas, just the way interview is done, and you just practice it again and again, right? And that's what we make it. We'll do mock-up. You will be on the video and we'll do the mock-up so that by the time you are out, you are going to the interview, we are pretty much sure, 90% sure you can click it. Okay. So again, it depends on how quickly you adapt to it, how much work you are doing on your side. And if you do that, I mean, this is, we have seen many. I don't think why you can't do it. Okay, why you cannot get a job again. That's what we can. That's the way we'll go. Okay. And then other Subham and Padma Kumar, they're not just trained. There's also support in special requirements. Suppose there is job requirement to do this. They can come and help you out. So we have special sessions. Sometimes we arrange, hey, this job requirement, job description has API gateway something. Okay, Subham, can you have a 1 hour session with XYZ because his interview is coming tomorrow? So he gets things done. So you are ready with that. Okay, so this is because we have tons, we have 4 people with different expertise in different areas. We can fit in wherever your requirement is, not just for training and preparation, but even after you get a job. We are all working professional. We are not just something, we are just training and we have no idea. We are all working professionals. Okay, so that's the big difference. Any questions so far? So, okay, this is the new batch is starting May 22nd. Typical working hour. Okay. Again, I say typical means things could change a little bit here and there, but this is typically what we had in the last couple of years. This is what we have following. We have both weekdays and weekends. Weekends are typically 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 4 hours, 8 hours, right? Saturday to Sunday. The weekdays, you have 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, this could change a little bit. maybe it's 6:30, maybe 7:30, 6, right? Some little bit here and there. But 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 days, 6 hours, 4 hours, both on Saturday and Sunday, 4 for 8 hours. So 14 hours every week for next 6 weeks. Okay. If you do that, right, and you do the class work and study it, and you say in the middle of the after 4 weeks, you say, hey, Vijay Ratikant, I am ready for job interview. I want you guys to start my preparation. We'll get you the preparation. So that means your second half of the program will continue along with your preparation. Okay, because by 4 weeks you will be knowing most of the stuff. It's like putting a whole semester. I know in the last batch, the people who got the jobs, they said, man, things we learned in this 5-6 weeks of thing with the interview preparation, it's like getting a PhD. I won't say it's, I know, but it's a lot of work, but it works. That's why I said we need commitment from your side, but it works. Okay, there are a lot of knowledge, a lot of information will be given to you. You need to observe it, but it's very methodical. Okay. Any questions so far? I know this is what I don't want to go into details what will be covered and all that, but I would rather focus on our approach, our methodology, what special we do to make you successful. That is all we want anyway. Rest is all, whether you learn AWS or big data and all that, those are all there anyway. You'll learn it today or tomorrow. But the approach, methodology, those are key, right? Those are key for your success and for our success. Okay. Any questions, folks? You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Aishwarya, Hema, Jaya, Radhika, Sridevi.
Like you got 14 hours every week for 6 weeks, right? 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you flexible with the schedule?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, at least for like before my office starts, this is a good schedule. Right now, everybody's they're bringing people back to the offices, right? Mine is go back to offices starting in July, but we are good on
July. You are studying July. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. But still okay. I think this is good.
So this is 7 p.m. Okay, weekdays is the evening hours, not in the morning. By the way, you see that, right? Weekdays, evening hours. Weekdays, weekends, morning, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, Ratikant, that works. That's fine. I think we should be at home by that time, so that's fine.
But we could be little here and there. We can change based on either our instructor thing or somebody. So that can be changed. But this is our kind of standard pattern. We could discuss that. If anything can be changed a little bit here and there, we can discuss that. But as you see, it is very fast paced. The reason you can say, hey, it's too much into, but but the way it is prepared is, again, as I said, right, it has worked out well in the last several batches. We intentionally.
No. I think the amount you're covering, like 6 to 8 weeks, that's very good amount, and then you're spending like almost 14 hours a week. That's a very good amount of time. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is good.
Yeah. So again, apart from that, two things, as I said in the early in the beginning, couple of new technologies which are hot in the marketplace. You might know something called Snowflake. Like Snowflake is the new data house on the cloud. It's very we are getting a lot of requirements on that. Same thing with something called Databricks. There is another which will be teaching PySpark. You see that? That's the commercial version of PySpark. Okay. So these are some of the areas which we for example, we just like as I said in the last batch, we got some requirement for Databricks and Snowflake. Immediately we took one of our two folks. Hey, there was a Oracle DB. I said, hey, you want to learn Snowflake, become a Snowflake DB? Within 2 weeks, we made him a Snowflake DB and he got the job. Same thing, another guy who was already good at PySpark. I said, hey, how about Databricks, which is nothing but you just have to learn 2-3 2-3 new technologies, go through this, then we'll did some mockups and all that, and he's ready. Then he got the job. So what I'm trying to say, right? The foundation that you build, you can very quickly, easily can be fitted into any other cloud technologies, most of them. Because you learn Python, which is a good, strong language. You learn PySpark, which is primarily used many cloud technologies, whether you go to GCP, whether you go to Azure, whether you go to Databricks, whether you go to AWS, they are all use PySpark as the ETL tool. Now you know the basic thing, how cloud works, storage, no matter where you go, those the same things are there, right? So the foundation is key, and the building data pipeline, DevOps stuff, right? Data warehouse. So those are the some of the additional things we teach in your interview preparation. We probably don't cover all of that stuff in a regular class.
Hello.
People, those who go. Okay, sorry, I just yeah, I think I just lost my Wi-Fi for a few seconds, but I must be back. So few key components or key concepts we cover apart from the training. This is purely for the people who are going to the job market, like data warehouse concept, right? If you don't have any idea, we teach you those concepts. Data pipeline, how to narrate the data flow. Anyway, so point is, right, you build your foundation, but we don't want to wait for you to be expert on it. That's our goal. You don't need to be expert to get to a job. As soon as you are comfortable, we immediately customize you for the job market, and that works out pretty well. I'm not saying when you go to the job you are perfect. You will never have. It will never happen. Of course, you will get some support from us, but that will pretty much build you, right? Or you will, you'll be able to get the job. That's our goal, right? That's our goal. Get the job. Then we'll, of course, everybody has to struggle a little bit in the job, but that's how we learn. There is no easy way anyway. So any questions? Any other questions? Vijay, you want to add? I don't know, Vijay, I know.
Yeah, Radian, you covered most of the things. The difference we are bringing on the board is we are not a kind of a typical body shopping or staffing company. Right? We are all working now as principal architects. Other two folks are working as senior architects in this field. So we take interview for our organization. So we need what is needed for the market. So we enable that. Okay. Um, we make sure that you understand the cloud very well in terms of foundation, platform engineering, and data engineering. And as Radhikant mentioned, we are not going to uh, cover all the 120 services. We'll be focusing on what are the most commonly used services for data engineering. So we are focusing on data lake and data warehouse build on cloud, AWS. Okay. Um, and we will make you to do some assignments or labs during the class, also back home. So we will religiously follow what you're doing, whether you are able to complete or not. You have to do that. That is very mandatory. So it is going to be intense sessions, but it is not that from the day one we'll put some 100 kg weight on your head. It will be slow and steady progress. After everyone reaches on the same level in terms of cloud understanding, we'll just accelerate that. That's the kind of methodology that got evolved over a period of time. Okay, that works very well. So all we need from you is the commitment. It is not going to be a very easy journey like a testing and all.
Yeah.
It is going to be intense. But is it possible to do that? Yes. That's why people are coming to us, right? We don't advertise a lot and all. I'm sure most of the people in this forum are through references of it. So in fact, we are building a team. Our goal is to get into take our own projects. Okay, so this is the best way to build our brands with our customers also. So if I say our consultants are working in say 20, 30 different customers, so naturally our brand will be formed, right, over a period of time. That will help us to take our own projects. That's the goal. It is we are not doing this for going to this for forever. Okay, so we will identify people who can work with us, who are ready to put that extra hard work and follow the methodology that we are proposing. Then we are pretty sure you'll be in cloud projects very shortly. Okay? But again, there is no substitute for the hard work, right? That's what we are expecting from you. We will make you work. As simple as that. Uh, yeah, those are the few points from my side. Feel free to ask any questions. Some of the questions say, I didn't work for a very long time. Can I catch it up? Yes. There are people who got some 12, 13 years of break in their career. We are able to train them, but they did a lot of hard work from their side also. It's not that only because of us. They did a lot of hard work. See, so just want to reiterate: if there is a break, you don't have programming experience, that is fine, absolutely fine. We can definitely guide you, train you, enable you, only if you are ready to put hard work. Then you'll be part of the journey, and we are very sure you'll be on projects maybe 2, 3 months down the line.
Yeah.
Any questions, Aishwarya? This is an open forum. You can ask any questions, or after we can send email or text messages also. We'll respond to that. But Aishwarya, you're good. Do you have any question?
You'll mute probably, but
Aishwarya, can you hear us?
Uh, yes, I can hear you. Yes, I'm absolutely fine. I understood the entire concept.
Okay, very good. Yeah, feel free to ask questions, or you can send email also. We'll respond. Okay. Hema, we discussed in the past. Since Radhika is here, do you have any question?
No, I'm good. Like, if I come up with any questions, I'll definitely email it to you or text you.
Okay, sounds good. How about you, Jaya?
Okay, Rachi, I have a question that is Abiyu.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, because I already take some classes with you in a few weeks. I don't know now what's the next for me, and I don't know because I'm trying to work on some projects.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll talk about that. I think you got certified as well, right? I think you got certified, right?
Yes, I got certified for AWS or solution architect already.
Okay, we'll talk. Yeah, definitely talk. Why don't you let's discuss. Why you want to continue? This one as well. You are welcome to do it, but let's talk about separately. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
You can join the next preparation that we'll do for the folks. Maybe that's where we can bring you in. Okay.
Yeah, Jayalakshmi, do you have any question? She's on mute.
Radhika.
Okay, Radhika, any question to Radhikant? We spoke in the past. Do you have any question?
Yeah, I'm good, Vijay, regarding the sessions and the timings and everything. But the only concern is about the weekend timing from 9 to 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So I was just checking with Ritikant last time, like, is it possible to move a little bit from 10 o'clock or something?
Yeah, we can discuss about that now. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sridhar, we talked. Sridevi, you're good. Any questions?
I'm good. There's no question. Thank you.
Yeah, you can send the email. That's also fine. Cyrus?
Sure.
Right?
Cyrus, we discussed,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, we can I know Cyrus, me and Vijay, we discussed right regarding that role, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe this, yeah, go ahead, Cyrus.
yeah. I also wanted to know because I also have the AWS certification. I also have some background in data engineering. I would appreciate to be part of this training so I reach more knowledge and experience on this. Uh, but also my goal is really to get into the job market sooner.
So I was thinking, I know after we discussed, I was thinking whether to want to put you directly in the market right now, but let's discuss that. I was thinking maybe some preparation is needed. Maybe
Yeah,
a few weeks of preparation will help you. Then we'll start the marketing. Maybe that's better. That's what I'm thinking.
sure. Uh, Another question is about the schedule. Is it possible to have a Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.? Like are we flexible on Saturday on weekend, especially on Saturdays?
Um, that could be a little difficult because Saturday evening 7 to 9.
Yeah,
We'll discuss. Let's discuss that whether you want to. Okay, so you want to Saturday evening time. Maybe folks will be busy with their family. I'm thinking. I don't know.
sure.
Uh, Evening weekends, right? That's one thing.
So these are only for some 4 5 weeks only, right? Not for throughout
Yeah,
the.
exactly.
So please,
But
please
I
try
think,
to adjust your timings.
Okay.
Ratikant, I think since you guys are recording the sessions, right? I mean, let's say somebody's out for a week, for a day or so, they're not able to attend the training. Your recording sessions can be distributed and helpful for people like follow the recording session.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, that's a very good point, Sridhar. So there are three types of materials will be available to you, all of you, apart from AWS documentation. We present the sessions using a PowerPoint presentation, which talks about the key points in each and every services, relevant documentation URLs. That's first thing. Second thing is as we take the class, we'll take lot of notes, class notes, okay, which will go in detail on certain topics. We will also contain kind of questions and answers being discussed in the class. And third thing will be we will also provide the code and all, okay. When you write the labs and all, we share the code base also. Third point, very importantly, we will share the class recordings so that even if you miss or even have to review the sessions, you can do that. It will be available as like a YouTube videos. The complete recorded sessions will be available, including screen sharing, everything, so
So
that you will not miss anything.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, you're welcome.
So
Okay, let's.
yeah, Manta. I mean, I know you joined. We talked about this morning, I believe, right? So you have any question? I know Manta, you joined late, but it's the video is available recording. But anyway, last time you joined first one day, then because of personal issues, you have to stop it. But I hope you don't have any other questions. But we can talk, over the phone. I know you are mute. So if you want to have if you have any questions, Manta, you can ask now. Okay, I think you are mute anyway. Anyone else? Any questions? I know few folks couldn't join. Oh, Bante, you are
Hello?
okay. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, my
We can
line
hear
is
you.
open now, right? Oh, okay. Well,
We can hear you.
thank you guys for allowing me to. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm saying thanks again for allowing me to come back. Like I stated to you earlier on today, it was just because of problem. I came back, I got on the video late, but I think the first demo that we had kind of understood where we were starting from and where we are going. The only question I have, if there's changes to the scheduling for this term.
Here the
The
last
only
part.
thing I miss.
Couldn't hear the last part, man. I don't know. It's just me or everybody.
No, I'm saying the only question I have is yeah, I said the only question I have is the schedule. There's any change to the schedule for this
Okay.
term as compared
Okay.
to the term that I started and drop out?
No, the schedule remains same.
It's set. Okay, it's the same, still the same. Yeah, if that's your question. Yeah, there is no change in the last schedule. Whatever we had last schedule, we will continue the same schedule. Again, it's not limited to 6 weeks or 7 weeks. Typically, we just try to finish the whole thing. And again, people those are ready for marketing or ready to go for marketing, their schedule works in parallel. They have to work another, they have to work 200%, right? So because the class goes in parallel. So once people who are going to get to the job market, they're ready, we work with them in parallel. Okay, so in this batch, same thing will happen. Maybe some folks are ready, so we'll start with them.
Okay,
All right.
that sounds good.
Any other questions from anyone? Again, I don't want to take a lot of time today. It's just the introduction and talk about the curriculum. But main point that we want to deliver or give it to you guys today is right that this is a successful program. We have been very successful enabling and placing people. You can say we know the formula. You can tell that way. Okay, we know the formula how to place people. I myself have been training since 2015. Vijay has been training for a few years with me, and we have established it based on our experience over the years. And because of our tremendous background and experience in the industry, we exactly know what any technology, how to prepare you, how to make you fit for the market for the interview preparation. We pretty much know it. Okay, all what we need is cooperation from you. And if you're serious and people, right, they are getting jobs. So if you're serious, hey, I'll put this 2 months of hard work in return of a career. Think about it. You're getting a career back, whether you worked or something in the past, or you want a big data cloud career, right? That's something people can go 4 years degree, they don't even get it, right? And you are getting in 2 months of time. And that's something remarkable, I would say. I was talking to some of the folks who recently got jobs. I said, just think about it. 2 months before you didn't have a job. Now you have a career in big data and cloud. And years from now, I mean, it's completely, it's the sky is the limit for you, right? And that's the people, need to think. And when they, when they take this course, think about that. What are the possibilities, right? You are not learning pure SQL here or something. You're not doing .NET here. You're learning technologies which is there going to stay there in the market for next 10, 15, 20 years. Things can change, but this is the foundation, right? And these are good, well-paying jobs, very stable, very, I would say, fulfilling in the terms of satisfaction, because there's a good technology we're learning, right? I think I would say, right, that's the biggest driver, I think, for you if you are looking what to do. Should I work hard? Think about those things. That's the only thing I would say. Okay. All right. With that, I'll just conclude my speech. I'll start.